everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, it is raining, so I thought it would be nice for this week's video to do a weekend reading marathon. I'm not gonna give myself a specific goal like reading for 24 hours. I'm just gonna basically read as much as I can for the rest of this weekend. It's currently Saturday and I think it's 1 o'clock now, so I am starting a little bit late, but I'm basically, I guess it is kind of 24 hours. I'm basically gonna try and read as much as I can now up until this time tomorrow, so I can get this video up on Sunday evening. And the reason why I'm doing this is because, one, I'm not really too sure what to film at the moment, and I do have a vlog that will come out next week as you're seeing this, which will be a week of my life, because I've got a few things happening. I've got a few photo shoot, well, I got one photo shoot, but I got a few other things going on as well. So I just thought a nice little readathon would be good. Also, I really want to finish this, and I just want a cozy weekend because I think it is raining all weekend. So yeah, so far I'm really enjoying this book. It's about the Grey family, so I think it's Jane Grey, Catherine and Mary Grey. I've just finished, I finished Jane's POV in this book, and then now I'm on to Catherine's, towards the end of Catherine's, heading on to Mary's, because it's not really a spoiler, it's actually fact that they die. Jane gets beheaded, and I don't know about Catherine actually, but I am towards the end of her lifespan, because I know she dies in 50, I know she dies in 1564 and I'm on summer 1561. So very good at the moment. Very intense, because Catherine is currently pregnant. She got married in secret to, oh my god, what's his name, a Seymour. I can't remember his first name. Ned Seymour, I think it is. They got married in secret because they knew that Queen Elizabeth wouldn't approve, but it was actually very illegal to get married without Queen's permission. But they knew they weren't going to get permission because Elizabeth wasn't married and she wanted everyone else to be miserable with her. Although she did have a Dudley as a side piece, she could never marry him. So she kind of was like, if I can never marry him, then none of my ladies can be happy and get married, basically. So that's why they got married in secret. She got pregnant, and then he had to go away to do something in France, I think it was, or Spain, or he went to both in the end, for William Cecil. And he was like, well, if I go, we'll be on their good books, and then they'll, when we tell them about our secret marriage, they won't take it as bad, and also that you're pregnant, potentially with a boy, so that we'd be heir to the throne, which means Elizabeth wouldn't have the pressure of getting married because she would have already had an heir to the throne. But now Elizabeth has found out that Catherine is pregnant, and she's not happy, and she's banished Catherine to the Tower, and there is absolutely no sign of Ned. So technically the marriage didn't happen because the only witness to the marriage is dead. So she's in a bit of a pickle, so I'm very stressed, but I haven't been able to read it in a few days just because of work, and then I just kind of wasn't really in the mood to read. I was quite tired after work, so I haven't read it in a few days. So I'm very interested to see, because I don't know much about Catherine. Like I said, it kind of is a spoiler to the book, but if you know the history of them, you know what happens to them anyway. So yeah, it's a historical fiction. I think there's some things in this that is slightly dramatized, but most of it, from what I know, is true. So it's kind of a spoiler, but also not, because if you know your history, you know what happens to them. So that is what I'm reading, and I want to get that done this weekend because I have other books I want to read as well. But yeah, I'm not going to put a timer or anything for exactly being for 24 hours. I'm just going to read as much as I can in a day, during the weekend. So yeah, I reckon I can finish this book, because once I'm into it, I'm really immersed into it. Is that the word? So, and I'm over halfway now, so I think we can do it. But hopefully I can squeeze in another book during this vlog as well, so it'll be a little bit more interesting. But yeah, I'm also on hay fever medication. I had to get it prescribed because it's like stronger, but I'm still sneezing and stuff, so I don't actually know if it was worth it, but hopefully it will improve throughout the day as well, because I keep sneezing in between clips, which you guys wouldn't have seen. I would have cut it out, but I hate sniffling as well because I know it annoys people, so I do apologise if I sniffle a bit as well, but hopefully my hay fever calms down. But anyway, let's actually read now. Okay, so it's 4 o'clock now, so it's been about 4 hours, 3 hours since I spoke to you last. I'm almost at 100 pages, like, as in I've read almost 100 pages. My brain's not working. I'm a very slow reader, so I know that's probably not a lot to people, but it is for me. And I'm really enjoying Catherine's, but like, side of the story and like learning about her life. But what really frustrated me was when she was with the child the second time, because Ned found a way to see her every night, and it then she became pregnant, had another boy, but it just like stressed me out when she did find out she was pregnant. He was like, let's keep it a secret, don't say anything until you give birth, type thing. And I was like, did we not learn from the first birth? Did we not learn? Because the exact same thing happened, and Elizabeth was peed off, and he's still suggesting to keep it a secret, like their marriage and their first child, well, their first like pregnancy. And I'm just like, did we not learn? And also it kind of annoyed me that like she got pregnant, like she started like doing the deed straight away as soon as they've seen each other again. And I was like, again, have we not learned? But also there's probably lack of their education with how babies work, because you can also tell, because she doesn't know, like with her first pregnancy she was very clueless about it all. So to some extent it's not fully their fault, but also again, did we not learn from the first pregnancy? So I was very stressed, but she's just had the second baby and she's in a good position to be heir to the throne, because she's had 2 boys, and obviously Elizabeth is not married and she's betrayed the throne by naming Dudley the heir to the throne, and everyone's annoyed about that. But I just know it's still gonna go wrong, because I know that Elizabeth was queen for a very long time, so I know it's gonna go bad, and that's stressing me out. So yeah, I think I'm only 30-40 pages until the end of her book, and then we go on to her younger sister Mary, which I'm also excited about. because I am on summer 63 now, so she's got 1 more year left of living. I know that because I know Catherine dies in 64. So yeah, I've got about 30 or 40 pages left, I think, until Mary, which I'm excited about Mary, because I don't know much about her because she's the youngest, so she's always been like pushed aside until now, towards the end of Catherine's story. And I do know that her older sister Jane had suspicions that Mary's actually a dwarf because she's incredibly small, so, but obviously they didn't know much about dwarfism at the time. And she just seems like a really like cheeky young person. Like, she's like, it's definitely been hinted that she has like maybe have a love affair going on in the background, so I'm very excited for that. I'm not sure if that actually happens, but there was kind of hints of it, so I'm very excited for hers because I think hers can be quite exciting. But yeah, I just feel bad for all the sisters. They've kind of been very unlucky. I think Jane's book, the first one, like the first part of the book, was definitely the most devastating one. Like, I just felt so bad for her because none of it was her fault and she got punished for nothing. So yeah, all going good. Yeah, all going good. I don't really have much else to say apart from that. I'm really enjoying it. I love anything Philippa Gregory. I highly recommend her. She's such an amazing author. Like, every time I read her books, they never fail me, and I always get so obsessed with them, and I just love them. So I do recommend, even though I kind of am just spoiling this book, but it's fine. So yeah, I wonder if I'll be able to finish this book today because I know Mary's story is not that long, but we'll see. Maybe not, but we'll see. Okay, so I had an hour break because I had dinner and me and my partner were watching an episode of Clocks and Swan. But I am now on Mary's side of the book, and actually Catherine dies in 68. I don't know why I thought she died in 64, but I did Google it as 60. But I did Google it and it's 68 that Catherine dies. So I'm on Mary now. I just assumed that it would end when Catherine dies because that's how they did it for Jane. But I suppose because she's just kind of in captivity still, but now with her uncle and separated from one of her sons, there's not really much else to write about her life. So we're now on to Mary, and yeah, I've definitely read over 100 pages now. How many pages are on there? Okay, so I've got about 200 pages until the end of this book. Yeah, roughly 200, just over 200 pages. So maybe I could finish it today, tomorrow morning. We'll see. Also depends when I go to bed, because I'm going to take another hour's break later because I need to go to the gym, because I'm trying to stay consistent with that, and I'm in the routine of going at 8 p.m. every night. So yeah, and I probably won't listen to the audiobook only because I don't think I'll pay attention to it whilst I'm working out. So yeah, but we'll see, and we'll see how long I stay up for, because the gym does energize me, so I might be able to stay up late. I'm all ready for the gym. I have to say I haven't actually read too much because I think I've read 20 pages, because me and my boyfriend booked a holiday for September, and my brain was starting to get a bit tired, so I couldn't really concentrate on the book that much, and I was reading it a lot slower. But Mary does have a secret lover, like I suspected. But it is a little bit slow at the moment, so that's why I'm struggling to like concentrate on it. But I'm gonna gym now. May actually just give me some rest from the book, and then when I've finished and showered, I probably might be more motivated then to read the rest of it, but we'll see. Good morning, everyone. As you can tell by my hair, it is in the morning, so it is now Sunday. It's at 11 o'clock. I kind of had a bit of a lazy morning by just lying in bed doom scrolling. Look how long my hair is now. That is crazy. I read 200 pages yesterday, so pretty proud of myself considering I'm a slow reader. That's pretty good for me. I only have just over 100 pages left, I think. Yeah, just over 200 pages. No, 100 pages, sorry. So I might be able to finish this today. I started this yesterday at 1, so I'm gonna try and finish it by 1, but if it goes on for a bit longer, that's fine. But I definitely want to finish this today, because as much as I'm enjoying it, I want to move on to read something else now, because I've been reading this for quite a while. So yeah, I'll show you. I've got a cold sore brewing, so ignore that. And I got a photo shoot on Tuesday as well, so I'm hoping I can cover it. But yeah, I'll let you know how it goes, and I'll keep you updated. Can I try it?
Do you want 7 cards?
Well, if I like it, maybe, but
You might, because it's kind of like sweet, but sweet, kind of sweet. Sweet, but sweet, kind of sweet.
I don't mind it. It tastes like milk bottles. So I have finished this. It is the next day. I did finish this not late last night, but I just wanted to sink my thoughts in with the book, and I've rated it a 4-star. Now I'd say a 3.5 4 stars, and that's not because I didn't like it. I just found Mary's story very slow and not really have much like substance to it. But then again, it's not really the author's fault, because Mary's life was a little bit uneventful in terms of she met her lover like in the background. We didn't get that. So unlike with Catherine, we got all of the story of the romance story of her and Ned Seymour. We got like the beginning where she was crushing on him when it was Jane's POV. because Jane was meant to marry him, but Catherine always fancied him. And then we get the when they start meeting regularly because she's friends with his sister, and then we see their kind of story unfold and them fall in love, and them doing absolutely everything they can to meet each other when they're not meant to, and they're just, you feel that yearning, and you're so involved with that romance. But with Mary, that part of the romance happens like behind the scenes, and we don't get any of that in the book, which I wish we had, because I feel like, sorry, I've got hay fever, I'm still a bit sniffly. I feel like we got introduction to her lover and her, they are already together, already a thing, so you're like, okay, cool. But then literally like 10 pages later, they're both arrested because Elizabeth found out that they had a secret marriage. Which again, did you not learn from your sister that that is not the answer? And then she complains that she was imprisoned for 7 years. But like, there is some good sad events, like her sister finding out that Catherine's died from starving herself because she's so depressed, things like that. But then Mary comes out of imprisonment, and so has her husband Thomas, and then he literally dies before she can reunite with him. So there just wasn't like, there just wasn't that kind of, I guess, it's not that it's meant to be entertaining, but there just wasn't that like oomph to her side of things, and it was a lot of how she feels during imprisonment, which was very repetitive, which I thought was why the author ended Catherine's book while she was still alive, because she literally was just imprisoned the rest of her life basically. But she continued on with Mary, and yeah, I felt very repetitive. There was some good bits, but Mary's one felt very repetitive. But then again, I don't really know what else she could, like, Philippa Gregory could have done better, apart from adding a little bit more to Thomas and Mary. But maybe that's just because there isn't much account about them two, but that's where she could have stretched the fiction a little. But anyway, that's just kind of my thoughts on it. I would say I felt closely connected to Catherine. I don't know why, I just, maybe because we got more of Catherine than Jane and Mary. Jane's was also quite short, but again, it's because she died when she was 16. But yeah, I don't know, there's just something not clicking with Mary's, but I'm so happy that she got her happy ending and died peacefully, as far as I know, in real life. So yeah, but I just cannot believe that afterwards I clocked, these are real people, this happened to real people, and I didn't realise how much Elizabeth I was a massive, I knew she was not liked very much, but I didn't realise how much of a bitch she is, basically, which I probably cannot say on YouTube, but oh well. Yeah, she just tortured these 3 girls for absolutely no reason, and it was just basically jealousy, let's be for real, and she was just absolutely awful to them for no reason. No matter what people said about it, she always went against advice. So yeah, that was stressing me out most of the time, was Queen Elizabeth, because she's very unpredictable. But yeah, I just cannot believe that this happened to real people. It's really sad if you realise it, that these are real people, not fiction people. It's even more sad. But yeah, the sisters were definitely had very bad luck, but I really enjoyed it still. But that's just why it's not my favourite, because the end kind of flopped, but I really connected with Catherine. I feel like Catherine and Jane's POV really carried it. So yeah, but anyway, that is the end of this video. In the end, I read 400 pages, I think, 400 pages, which is quite good for me as a slow reader. I know that may not be impressive to someone in, like, I think altogether I maybe read for 10 hours. I know that's probably not as impressive for a lot of people, but for me as a slow reader it is, and I'm dyslexic, so yeah, very pleased with that. And at least I managed to finish this book, and I now can start a new book as well, which you'll see in my next vlog. I'm gonna upload this today, it's now Monday, so I'm a little bit late, but yeah, and next week's video is a week in my life, which is a lot of exciting things, so stay tuned for that, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.